What an amazing show, Develter and Tube Gallery coming together, and artists and fashion designers creating such a beautiful collection. I must say, collaborations are the way of the future. And right now, let's speak to the three brains behind this amazing collection, all the way from Thailand. Let us introduce first the designers from Tube Gallery. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm Saksit Pisarnsupong from Tube Gallery, and this is Pisit Jongnaransin from Tube Gallery.
Sawadee Krap, welcome to the front row. And our genius artist, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, I'm Christian Develter. I'm from Belgium originally.
I am a fan. I am a fan. As you can tell, I collect art. There is a space missing on my wall. I need your piece on my wall.
It's a
Congratulations. It is, yes. Okay, what a wonderful show. Congratulations on a wonderful collection. And as you can see, guess who I'm wearing today? I'm wearing Tube Gallery. And I'm so pleased with my outfit today. Okay, let's cut straight to the chase. Let's talk about fashions first. And I'm going to direct this question to Saksit and Pisit. Tell us about your label. Tell us about how it started, how the two of you ended up working together, and your aesthetics. Do you fight? Tell us all about Tube Gallery.
Yes, Tube Gallery has been a Thai fashion brand for at least 20 years already. We just have our 20th anniversary early this year. Time flew, we actually started as a young designer. We still believe we are the young designer still, but not too many people when they look at us anymore. But anyway, we started as we both are the best friend from childhood. We knew each other probably since we were about 10 years old, and then ever since, we've been together as a friend. And at one point after we graduated, Pisit actually he studied in musical dance. Believe it or not, he was trained as a dancer when I myself was trained as the theater director. But at the end of the day, we both have the same passion, which is fashion. So we decided to start Tube Gallery, which at the time it was called Tube. 20 years ago at Siam Center, and the same shop still there until today. And we both, at the time, we were both thinking about, doing this fashion as our side job. And then we both can do what we like dance, directing. But that never happened. Fashion became our, blood and breath every day. So up until then, we loving of what we've been doing, and we hope to be able to create again and again, more and more.
Well, I am huge fans of Tube Gallery. Here's a little story about me and Tube Gallery. I met Saksit and Pisit at a gala at KL Fashion Week, and we were seated next to each other. We were introduced, and then I said, "Oh my God, your designer's from Thailand. Do you know Tube Gallery? I love their clothes." And then lo and behold, it was them. And we've been friends ever since. We've worked together so many times. I'm big fans of their theater work as well. And every time I'm in Bangkok, I make it a point to the store. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about the aesthetic Tube Gallery? What is Tube Gallery?
Okay, Tube Gallery. From the start, we were quite an experimental brand in fashion. We tried many things, but everything we've been trying is always to do with detailing. We always into a lot of detail and the richness of design. And point, Tube Gallery, by far we are the occasional wear for both men and women. We are quite well known in terms of detail work and unusual pattern, and a lot of handworks. So, and also color-wise, people probably associate us with a lot of strong colors. So at this moment, I finally come to the term that we always answer to the people that anything but not minimalist. So we are, and lately we have our, one of our collection called More is More, which is tell the whole thing about us. So we are people that like, we are the designer that liked the fullness, the richness of the creativity, and and that until today. And now we are doing a new line with a creator that we are using this stage to launch it today.
Fantastic. Okay, before we talk about this, and incidentally, I really enjoyed watching that runway show that you put together, that virtual runway show. It was so amazing, beautiful pieces there. Okay, let's Christian right now and tell us about yourself and your work. What inspires you? What is your aesthetic?
Well, for myself, as I said, I'm from Belgium, and I moved to Asia around mid '90s. And as they always say, like opposites attract. I was really attracted to Asia and been traveling a lot. So I've been to India, I've been to many countries. But then in my traveling, I discovered the chin in the chin state. So this is actually now the inspiration for the paintings I make. So it's about the facial tattoos you can see behind me. This side.
Yeah.
So this is based on the original tattoos from the Chin ladies in Myanmar. So I partly modernized it and put it in a different vibe. So also by adding butterflies and changing the colors and make it as a new art form based on old habits of tattooing.
Right. Yeah. So is that the thought process when you're working? Is that how you approach your when you're creating an art piece? You plan it methodically, or do you just paint as you fancy? What is your thought process?
There's a certain method, and actually I always compare to stepping stone. Each painting is a stepping stone to the other one. But most importantly is traveling a lot, finding exotic things, new colors, new cultures, things that surprise you. That's what I do mostly to find my inspiration.
All right. Now, I can see a lot of similarities in the boldness of your art and in the fashions of Tube Gallery. How did this collaboration come about? Tell me, spill the beans.
I think we know each other already quite a long time, and I've been following their fashion and been to their fashion shows before we actually met in person. I had a studio, and the idea suddenly popped up to organize a fashion show, and then later on come the idea to make actually a whole fashion collection. So this we did, I don't know how many years ago, but finally we had this fashion show in the studio in Bangkok.
And Saksid and Pisit, what about the two of you? What is your side of the story?
Yes, I actually admired Christian painting for a long time before I actually knew him. His painting was all over Bangkok. Almost every hotels you've been around, the 5-6 star hotels, you would see his works. So, but I didn't know him personally for many years after I saw his works. So then at one point I was to go to his studio in Bangkok at the time, and I went there with Pisit, and we saw it. The studio, we were very impressed. It was in the very old warehouse in Bangkok, and at the time that it was not, the potential of the area. So he and his partner put up his studio to paint there and also display his work. When we were there, the space excited us a lot. So up until the point that we actually said to him that could we work together? And in the beginning, we just asked to use the space to do our fashion show. And then I went back with Pisit to the office. We sat on it for a while, and then I thought, if there would be much more sense if we made a collection based on his painting. And then we approached him back with the idea, and surprisingly, he said yes. almost immediately. And we were very happy about that. And as Christian mentioned, the collection went beautifully. The show went beautifully. The collection was well received. And it was mentioned that probably it's one of our best collection ever. So that would be about 8 years ago. And then, the idea of working together always in my head for a long time after that. And, but as a fashion designer, you have to rotate your inspiration. You cannot keep doing the same thing many years. So one like I think it's like a year ago when his new studio in Siem Reap, which is you just mentioned about the what is called the studio and the house.
Yeah.
They build beautiful houses and space. And again, everything is just making me excited again. So we just approached him again. Why don't we do the new line, which is a resort line, based on your painting? So this is not going to be a collection; it's going to be a line. So we can work on that in the long term, and we can develop that together. And it's going to be, something that is using him as an inspiration, but he has the input as well.
Right.
Here's
So,
the story.
did you start this line because of the lockdown, or you were already in collaborative talks way before COVID?
It's actually the idea started about almost 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, when I first visit the studio in Siem Reap, and then we used the time to do. And actually, this collection was ready to be launched in this February. It was about to come out, and then COVID-19 just made in the world. So we just have to give the media space to COVID-19 and not try to complete with such a famous virus. So we keep the project in our drawer for the last 6 or 7 months. And then when you approach us to do this virtual fashion week, we think this is the best time to do it, and especially to work with you again, Daniel, for this fashion news that we want to convey to our fan and the fashion lover around the world.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the leap of faith. I'm so glad that we have you on the front row, because that was such an amazing collection. Whilst I was watching the show, okay, I must admit this is very painful for my credit card, okay, because I was shopping. So yeah, but okay, tell us about how you worked together. What was your process? Were there a lot of fights, or did everything just smoothly come together? Christian showed you his paintings, and you translated that to clothes. How was the process? What was the process like?
I also studied fashion in Belgium, and I know how the process goes more or less. So from the painting, they showed me first of all the beginning of fabric design, which was actually very interesting for me, to see my own work translated in a different way. And then from there on, they started to showing pieces, and actually, whenever we work together, we never have a misunderstanding, and I think we collaborate very well.
You know what? I don't believe that, because all three of you are such amazingly talented visionaries. I'm sure along the way you must have had disagreements. Okay, for example, if Succeed and Pisset has designed this outfit and used an art piece, and you don't like the way they've used it, okay, or if we turn it the other way around, if Christian wants you to use a certain art piece and you want to use something else, how do you resolve that? Okay, let's start with Christian. Let's start with Christian. How would you resolve that? Yeah.
Well, it didn't need to be resolved because it didn't happen. I think they're very professional, and until now, the collections they make are all fantastic. So I was really thrilled to see my own work translated in their collection.
That's fantastic. Okay, Succeed and Pisset, put you in a hot seat right now. What if you were asked to use a piece of art, but you think that another piece is more appropriate for this, for something that you have designed? What would you
I,
do?
No, I would like to be able to answer the question, but as Christian answer, there was no problem when we work together. First of all, because we work based on mutual respect,
Yeah.
they gave us a lot of freedom to do the work. Christian and Peter, his partner, gave like when I asked for the art, they instead of giving one, they gave loads. And I actually asked us to actually tell them which of the painting we would like to work on, and they would send the. And so then, and that to start with, that making it such an easy job to do for us. And then when we start to do some artwork, the okay, let's say this: it's no problem between the artist and the designer, but when you translate the artwork into the fashion, then we start to see, if we just translate it directly, just like we just stick the picture of painting on the clothes, it could work in some pieces, but it couldn't work with the whole collection. So we both have to try to find a way to put the artwork onto the clothes, that is more appropriate in the design in world. So just like you see what you are wearing now, the painting of Christian is the painting of and then when we took the painting, we just think, if it's another on the shirt, it will be the same, because Christian painting is basing on the face. So we just have to find a way to put faces onto the clothes different way. And how we come up with that is a process of working and process of creativity. And that is the if we're gonna have it's not a problem, but it's sometimes it's like a job that we have to work on how to use the painting in the way that it would work with fashion.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and all the creatives that are listening in right now, this is how you do a collaboration: mutual respect, finding the right creatives to work with each other. And I must say, I have collaborated many times with Tube Gallery, and we have never fought as well. So I believe it when you say that it was a dream collection, it was a dream collaboration. And I really hope to see lots and lots and lots more collections coming out from this line. Any thoughts about the future? Are you working already on the next collection for this line?
Um, of course, it will be the next collection. We are, first of all, what we are concentrated at the moment is to put this collection onto the space where it should. Originally, this collection was gonna be being put in the shops in all the 5-6 star hotels in Asia. That is our aim. However, since Mr. COVID has arrived, the hotel business is not, at their brightest day. So at the moment, we are working with some of the very high-end, very best hotel in Asia to put this collection in, and it's already confirmed. But I would like to put the clothes in before I announce anything. So that is one thing that we already achieved, and it will be on our website. It will be at the Tube Gallery shop, and it will be in the mall outlets. And I hope that everybody that is like interested in the clothes can pay the visit to www.tubegallery.com, and also check out develter.com as well. For Christian Develter Arts, which I'm sure you love as I do.
Yeah, I do, most definitely. And for those of you who are interested in the Tube Gallery collection and or Christian's art, the links are all at the front row. All you need to do is to click on it, and it's going to lead you directly to their portal. So thank you very, very much for the three of you to spend time with us here at the front row, and for allowing us to host your video. Any final thoughts about your collection, or about about the fashion industry. What do you think is the future of the fashion and the art industry now that COVID has paid us a visit?
Well, for sure, it's a matter of going online and being creative with the tools you have now, because we were just about to launch the collection, and it's been delayed. So, but here we are.
And the boys from Tube?
Yeah, I think, fashion and arts will survive like it have been for many, many years in the history. And it's a way to help the people to survive as well. You use shopping as a therapy. As same as you use art as a therapy. So I hope everybody will still enjoy art and we're still supporting art and fashion. And I hope everybody who is listening, who probably having the same problem all around the world, will gone through your problem as in the best way that you can do, and we're all gonna go together.
Well said indeed. And can I also just add that I think the reason why we're having this conversation and we're still putting out new work is because the three of you have continued to stay relevant, and the three of you have learned how to adapt and pivot your business. And I think that really is the future of all creatives. And collaborations are such an important thing for the future, and you have shown how to collaborate so successfully. So thank you very much, Saksit, Pearson, and Christian, for being on the front row. If you, those of you who are listening in, do check their websites out to check out all their amazing work, and shop, shop, shop. My name is Daniel Boy. Thank you for joining us here at the front row.